Hey everyone, sorry it's been a long time since the last video. It's been well over a couple years. Last time I was kind of posting to YouTube for fun, just showing you guys how I've been. The goal of this is not to get views or anything. We obviously to get some viewership, some growth, but the big thing is we want to teach the ideology and the mentality behind not only the AR style setup, but just how you should be approaching airsoft and real steel in general, because both are very good tools, but they do need to be used together properly. And so I'm going to pay homage a little bit here. I'm going to do humble beginnings. I did start out with, wood style guns here in the Midwest growing up. I'm here out of Indiana, so our gun laws are a bit different than you guys who I talk to out in New York, Cali, and even Illinois with Chicago and all that. It's unconstitutional, so I'm sorry for you guys, but I'm going to live for you guys by doing all the builds and stuff here in Indiana. But this build here, we're on to the second rifle already. This is a Daniel Defense MK18. This is a Polar Star. This is a training rifle airsoft, and you can see a lot of similarities between the two rifles. So we're going to talk about the learning lessons and all that happened along the way, and yeah, and why the rifle is set up this way. Because some people think it's all about just the cool look, and yes, it does look pretty fucking badass. However, everything is for a reason on this gun. Grand thumb style, we're gonna go tip to ass, right? We're gonna go Surefire RC2 here in the front. This is not flow through, so it takes a while to heat that bitch up, takes a while to break her. That's what I want. I want this gun to be indestructible. It's a combat rifle. This is not meant to be your, super fast splits on the range gun. This isn't a super light key mod. This thing is meant to take abuse. This thing is meant to just keep on kicking, and that's what she's done. I haven't had to replace anything since I finalized this build. And with this Surefire RC2 here, we have to remember, right, when it comes to the mentality and all this of shooting, that night vision now, I mean, it's a bare necessity when you even go to a airsoft milsim game. If you're going to without it, I feel sorry for you. It's definitely not the same. I would recommend renting the start. Right, we'll do that in another video talking about night vision and all that. But this little can here, she's 6 inches. It takes a while to heat her up, so that glow under night vision is very faint. But not only that, since night vision is very much the norm now, everyone has thermal. So you don't want a very light can that some of them are, I shoot with some guys at night, their suppressor is glowing hot after one shot. And it's like, well, I can see with my naked eyes from 20 yards, so how is it going to be when you have night vision and thermal on and you're just a walking beacon to get shot at? So that's why I decided to go with the RC2. Another thing too, what is under the can, it doesn't really matter since it never comes off the gun. However, I do have a Surefire 3 prong on there. Working our way back on the top rail, we have a Magpul Imbus Pro. It's the metal version, none of the plastic crap. Behind that, we have the Steiner D-Ball A2. This is a full power unit, and I have a dual switch on either side of the rail at the 45 degrees from there. So I'll include a little bit better pictures of that and everything. And that way the gun with the IR laser can be used either left or right-handed.
What's this? Oh shit! Ow! Fuck! Dang!
Stand by. Good.
Now on to the Optic setup. We have in front of the Optic, we have a battery there. That is a CR123. The CR123 powers every electronic piece on this gun, including what's behind it. That is the EOTech, the EXPS 3-2. I have a chart that can show you what a 3-4 or even some of the others with the extra dots look like. for a rifle that is limited to 10.3 inches with the barrel, you can't really reach out past the effective distance of 400 yards. I'm running the EXPS 3-2 on a Unity riser. It brings it up to 2.26 inches, which makes it a lot easier to passively aim with night vision. So for those that don't know, passive aiming is where when you have your night vision on, you have to aim through your red dot, no different than you would, during the portion of the day. Behind the EOTech, I have a Vortex Micro 3X. It's one of the smallest kind of magnifiers you can throw on there. The adjust buttons are screwed in, unlike the EOTech where you grab it and it loses kind of quote unquote, we'll say 0, but loses center each time when you grab it. So I much prefer this one, and it's on a knockoff Unity 2.26 flip to center. So I've noticed no problems or issues with even having this replica version of the real Unity. One thing that I'd say, it doesn't matter to me as much since the quote-unquote 0 is held by the other. Behind there I have a CAC, a night sight. It's a one I got from my buddy as a gift. It's a USMC on there, United States Marine Corps. So one of the guys that really got me into working on my piece and everything. Behind there I have a Geisley. It's the super airborne charging handle. It's one with the biggest one that you can buy. The reason I went this route, the Mark 18 is very gassy and it has an extra cut that keeps the gas away from your face. When it comes to the buffer system of the gun, I left the actual recoil spring, I left that as is, as it came from Daniel Defense. However, I did sub out, it came with an H-weight buffer. I did swap it out to a T2 style buffer. So some of you are like, what do you mean T2? Normally it's H1, H2, H3. So the style and the brand, I went with Spike's Tactical. They have tungsten powder in their weights. So it's very similar to the silent capture that a lot of you are familiar with. I like the tungsten powder better due to the fact that you can add in a little at a time and you can really kind of tailor your rifle to how much powder it needs. At the butt of the rifle, we got a classic Magpul CTR. It's a little bit better than the MOE since it has that extra locking point for extra friction. In terms of sling setup, I'm rocking a MS2 from Magpul, and on the front attachment I have an RSA by Magpul, and for the rear I have a Magpul ASAP plate. Going on to the lower receiver of the rifle, I keep it once again consistent with the entire mindset of this build. We are going for ambidextrous, so the selector, as you can see, as shown on the other side, not only the same length, they are both ambidextrous. Going on to our mag release, on this side we have the Knights button. You can not really find these anymore, so if you have one or know someone with one, these are kind of a hidden gem. So all my AR style rifles, they have them. Very fortunate that I kind of got on trend early with that. So if you do find one, highly recommend keeping it. On the flip side of the rifle, once again, keeping it with our ambidextrous mindset, I have a Troy mag release. It keeps out of the way of the bad lever. We'll get to that in a minute. I got extra footage and everything to really show you guys how that works in conjunction with each other. So the bad lever, the battery assist device. This extends the bolt catch, that way you don't have to take the left hand off the portion of the rifle to send the bolt home once you're reloading. So a lot of these videos that you've been seeing, my trigger finger is what's actually releasing the bolt, not my left thumb. So that's what allows me to be a lot faster compared to other people. And the element that I was kind of hesitant about when I initially tried it was like, how is this left hand? How is this going to work? Because this is going to go through my trigger guard and all that. When it comes to the reload, very simple. So when the bad lever, it has actually a cut in it. I'll show you a little bit closer in the video here. It allows for the receiver and everything to be flush. That way I can still reach the Troy mag release just fine, no problems at all.
Why you still sitting up there, bro? You didn't say it.
When it comes to the grip portion of the rifle, I'm using a Magpul MOE SL for slim. It's one of the smaller ones that they make for my hand size. In front of that for the trigger guard, it's the traditional Magpul trigger guard. So that's what gives it that kind of angular look rather than being just kind of straight like a stock M4. Allows for a little bit more room for gloves as well as the bad lever. The room index clip, I have them on the upper side of my rail, the 12 o'clock, the 3 o'clock, 9 o'clock, and even 6 o'clock portions of my rail. The reason for these, they're all stippled. It really helps when you're transitioning the gun, as well as management for wires. Some of them have loops and hooks and even kind of flat faces to hold in the pressure pads that you see.